Miami Heat Nation, what is going on? So, in today's video, we got tons of Miami Heat news to cover. We also got an investigation ongoing still with Terry Rozier. Now, before we do start today's video, if you guys enjoy Miami Heat content, we do upload every single day. And I appreciate if you guys continue to keep liking, sharing, subscribing. Our goal this year is to hit 6,000 subscribers and also upload for 365 days. And I couldn't do it without you guys. So I just want to say I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And let's get back in today's video. So, this report came out earlier today, and it says the federal investigations of Terry Rozier remains ongoing, and he has not been cleared. Now, we haven't talked about this in a long time. I felt like this came out during the season, and obviously the investigation's still going, and that might not be a good thing for Terry Rozier. It might be a good thing for the Miami Heat just to get him off this roster because he's a disaster. He's just terrible. Like, he's not a good basketball player. He's hurting us being on the roster, right? So I definitely keep you guys updated with the situation. They didn't really say too much. All they're really saying is the investigation's still going on, and all over social media they're trying to find the game where he was pretty much cheating or was betting and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens with this. Is there going to be a suspension? Is this going to be the Miami Heat forced to let him go? We'll see. But let me know what you guys think about this whole situation involving Terry Rozier. I also wanted to talk about this because we all know Victor Oladipo was playing for the Miami Heat. But it says Victor Oladipo is seeking an NBA comeback and has been impressive teams during workouts. As is a two-time NBA All-Star who is 33 years old, was part of a well-attended private workout in Las Vegas on Monday morning with a large contingent of NBA and European teams attending. Oladipo played full court 5-on-5 in a group workout of international pros. Multiple team sources in attendance came away impressed, with Oladipo described as being in excellent shape as he pursues another comeback. Now, how would you guys feel if the Miami Heat do go after Victor Oladipo? I understand he is a little bit older and might not be the same Victor Oladipo that we all know, but man, oh man, I definitely do miss him. I mean, when that dude was healthy, he was amazing, especially defensively in that playoff series. Can't complain. I mean, the last couple years he was on the Miami Heat. He averaged about close to 11 points a game, 3 rebounds, 3.5 assists. And obviously injuries was holding back Victor Oladipo, and there's a reason why he hasn't played in the NBA for the last couple years. But looks like he's trying to come back. And honestly, I wouldn't mind having Victor Oladipo coming off my bench. He provides more depth. We all know what type of player that he is already. And more depth wins you championships. And I know we might not be in that position to win a championship, but hey, anything can happen. And with the addition of Norman Powell and possibly a breakout year for Khaleed Weatherspoon, Tyler, and Bam, we'll see what happens. But once again, let me know what you guys think about possibly trying to sign Victor Oladipo to the Miami Heat. I also found this very interesting, and it's very frustrating that D Wade doesn't really work for the Miami Heat and they have problems because when do you hear D Wade ever talk about the Utah Jazz or Larry Marketing? You always hear D Wade talking about the Miami Heat players and just Heat in general. And so it says D Wade on the Heat adding Norman Powell. He goes, I got a text, and Norman, was like, hey, big bro, I'm on my way. I'm going down to Miami, dog. I can't wait to put a jersey on for the Heat to get a player like that with Bam and Tyler as your number 1 and 2 options. Like, all right, let's go. Now, this is very interesting coming for Norman Powell because Norman Powell has played with plenty of star players that are better than Bam and better than Tyler. And it just shows the respect that NBA players have on D Wade. And clearly they look at D Wade as the Heat. And that's why I said they need to figure it out because, listen, Norman Powell texted D Wade. D Wade has nothing to do with the Miami Heat. So, obviously, Norman Powell is excited to play with this team. And I'm excited that he's on our roster because I definitely think he's going to be a big boost. But like I said, it's very interesting to see that he says, I can't wait to put a jersey on for the Heat to get a player like with Bam and Tyler as your number 1 and 2 options. That's awesome, man. So looking forward to see how this team plays and gels. We all know this Miami Heat offense isn't the greatest, and that's the concern because you can have all this talent in the world, but if you don't have a good coaching staff around it, making this offense gel, we're going to struggle. So we'll see what happens with that, but obviously Norman Powell was excited to be here. Also, I see a lot of people in my comment sections, and I definitely respect you guys' opinion, and I actually find it funny. But a lot of people was calling out Coach Spo for calling out Khaleed Weatherspoon, and even Khaleed Weatherspoon responded to it, and we're going to talk about it. But since Khaleed Weatherspoon has been called out by Coach Spo these last couple games, 21 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks, 57% from the field, 21 points, 15 rebounds, 3 for 3 at the 3-point line, and 53% from the field. It says the franchise believes in him because when he puts full effort, he is scary, unlimited potential for Ware. And I 100% believe that. Like, Ware, if he goes out there and he actually tries and doesn't mess around and is just goofing off, probably can use better word. I don't want to say goofing off, but you guys know what I'm trying to get at. He has the potential to be a top center in this league. And that's not just me being a Miami Heat big fan. No, I mean, I see the talent, I see the skill set that he has, and he's only improving. And yes, I was concerned about him not dominating the summer league because this is a second-year player where he needs to try. But it just tells you right then and there, those first couple of games, he wasn't trying. Then he comes out here and he's dominating. So he had to get called out just for him to play like this. You see what I'm saying? And that's why Spo was like, listen, you got to work on that, man. You gotta get better with that. So I'm glad that he responded to it and just started hooping. Now, I also thought this was very, very interesting. Just curious to see what you guys think. So it says, after getting Norman Powell for cheap, these are the moves I want to see Miami happen. Obviously, we talked about the Terry Rozier in the second-round pick for Vooch. I think this would be an amazing deal. Opportunity for this Miami Heat team. I mean, we don't have a backup big at all, and Vooch does bring something different that we just didn't have in a while. But also, he says, use the open roster spot to sign Dame to a 2-year deal. Now, the Damian Lillard situation is still there. It's still open. I mean, there's several teams trying to persuade him to come to their roster. But, man, how I'm looking at it, right? If we can have Dame with Norman Powell, with Davion Mitchell, with Tyler, with Bam, and Khaleed Weatherspoon, you're running with a team. You are. Like, and I'm not saying that's going to happen this year, but I'm talking about next year. You got a solid core. And you didn't trade none of your young players. I know a lot of people are big with that. You didn't trade Ware, you didn't trade Jovic, you didn't trade Jaime. You didn't do none of that. This is the opportunity where you gotta pounce on that because Dame Lillard will never be a free agent again in his life. So I don't think this is a bad idea. I think this is a smart. Have Vooch as your backup big, and let's see what we can do in the Eastern Conference. But once again, let me know what you guys think. Now, Powell Larson, we are not giving this dude a lot of credit at all. We're not. And I'm super excited for him and his NBA career and playing for my favorite team, the Miami Heat, because he has been amazing. And he was amazing in the regular season before he got hurt and got out the rotation. But Powell Larson has been the best player in the summer league team in the last 5 games. Look at the numbers that he's putting up. 18-3-3, 91% from the free throw line. 15-5-4, 50%. 16-2-2, 14-3-2, 24-2-6. If he could continue this, and obviously there's going to be moments where he puts up these numbers, but then there's going to be moments where he doesn't put up these numbers. But if he can just be consistent and his shot can be consistent and he could be that hustler type guy, scratching for rebounds, getting on the loose balls, and come off the bench and provide a spark with him and Davion, this would be absolutely huge for this Miami Heat team. So I'm loving what I'm seeing for Powell Larson because a lot of people don't talk about him. They talk about the other young cats. We got to give respect to Powell Larson. He has been hooping, and he's the one that has been consistent in trying. Outside of injury, he has been amazing. So shout out to him once again. And also, Powell Larson, Khaleed Weatherspoon, and Keshad Johnson were cooking tonight versus the Celtics. That was obviously yesterday. They all three had a very, very good game. Room for Keshad Johnson. I don't know if that contract stands. There's going to be, guys that are just going to be playing better than him. But this was a good showing for him. 22 points, Ware with 21 and 15, and Powell Larson for 24, 6, 50%. Let me know what you guys think about today's video and follow for more Miami Heat content.